Well, if it's this nice to fly, they might decide to continue. Maybe they won't
If they're
land.
having that so much fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They are perfectly on time. This is a clue saying that all works well. When you are on time with a totally brand new machine, it's impressive. Huh?
It's a very good sign.
Because plenty of things may turn wrong and may lead to shorten the flights, things like that. And being perfectly on time at takeoff and landing means that the aircraft is already in a very good shape.
Excellent.
But of course, it's not over until it's over, and they'll be, as they're turning downwind there, they'll be going through their final checks to make sure everything's set up for their final approach and landing.
Frank, they will be landing on the same runway as the takeoff, yeah?
Yes.
So 3-2 left?
3-2 left, yes.
And just as this morning during the takeoff, has the traffic been stopped around Toulouse Airport?
Yes, for the time being, until the aircraft is safely on the ground, we've now closed the airport to civilian traffic for the time being. This will be the moment when Pete's preparing himself for that final approach and landing. He knows that all the eyes of the company employees are on him, so he'll want to make sure it's a good one. And we'll debrief him if it isn't.
So it's not to target to be too perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You need just to be good. And if you want to be perfect, maybe you can miss it a little bit.
Anyway, I think that in order to minimize the taxi time, they will perform a rather long landing.
Absolutely.
Instead of trying to land as soon as possible just after the runway threshold. They will take some margin for safety reason for one thing, and also in order for the VIP not to wait too much time the aircraft to taxi back, because he will be positioned just here, which is far away from the runway threshold.
Now, I know that the A380 is equipped with ROPS, the runway overrun protection system. Is the A350 as well?
Yes, absolutely. We'll come into service with that system installed, that's for sure.
It is basic now on all fly-by-wire airplanes, by the way. Airbus.
During the pattern they just did, they flew very close to Toulouse, center city. And in Toulouse there are plenty of aviation enthusiasts, people. So I am sure they were watched by many pair of eyes.
Oh, I believe so. I think most people in Toulouse and in the vicinity, all eyes are on the A350 right now.
Maybe there will be some traffic jamming with the driver in the car looking the sky.
This may happen.
Most probably this is what happens in Toulouse.
For the A380 there was a traffic jam because everybody stopped on the highway around Toulouse, and it was totally jammed.
Yeah, I don't
people
know
was
about
watching
you, but
up.
I'm quite happy to be here on stage. I think we have one of the nicest views, especially when it lands,
Exactly.
instead of being stuck in traffic.
Well, I can just see that it's rolled out on the final approach now. It's wings level coming down the finals and should be touching down in 2 to 3 minutes. Very light winds here in Toulouse today. Aircraft looking very stable on its final approach.
Yeah, 200 feet.
Sit back and enjoy, folks.
Perfect. And that looks a great landing. Reverse is deployed. Brakes in operation.
Oh, yeah. Good job.
Great job, guys.
Smooth touchdown. Excellent.
The reverse are still extended. As they stop the reverse, that means that they are below 40 knots. They retract the ground spoilers. That's it.
And they're all already starting to relax a little as they're back in a domain that they've tested before, taxiing around the airfield. So the pressure will be off slightly. Of course, they'll be very, very happy and very, I'm sure, very content with the performance of the aircraft.
So what is the plan, Frank? They'll be taxiing here up until...
I think the plan is to show the aircraft off to all the employees, so they're going to taxi the whole length of the taxiway. That will allow people to move back to the delivery center for a final taxi down Whiskey Taxiway, which is just in front of you, for parking on the just in front of the delivery center here, for everybody to have a good look. Looks as if they've opened the hatch above the cockpit to wave a flag there, from what I can see. My eyesight's not... Yeah, no, it's definitely a flag
What
sticking
kind
out
of a
there.
flag is it? What do you think, Frank?
I would hope it was an Airbus flag.
I think so too. I believe it's Pascal who's waving that flag.
Yes, I'm sure it is. So this will effectively be the lap of honor, taxiing down the taxiway past all the crowds, down towards the flight test department before it makes a U-turn and repositions up here at the delivery center.
A few moments of glory is nice after 4 hours of hard work.
Looks like the photo chase plane has just landed, so very shortly I can see aircraft over there on the other side of the airfield taxiing out, ready for the reopening of the airport to commercial traffic. Yeah, they're just doing a length. Great moment for the crews here. The end of a successful first flight. The first flight for many of them on board. There's only Fernando Alonso, I believe, that's done one before on the 380, of course, with Claude and Jacques. So they'll be very pleased, very emotional, I'm sure.
Yes,
and once they come back in here, we'll as they get off the aircraft, of course, they'll give us their immediate feedback on how the flight went.
To finish the questions that you have asked for, the dream of any pilots to be experimental test pilots.